This is how you could use service receivables to process those one-off orders or orders that don't require a job. So this is an example of a service work order if you had Sage 100 Contractor. You can see here that you can put in the location. This is where the job is going to be done. You don't have to put this in, but it is nice if you're using the dispatch board. It does have a fully dispatch board for service companies. But you can also see here that you have a billing tab, but first let's discuss the invoice details. So as you're pulling from the parts database and using inventory, you are adding items to bill to the client. So if somebody walked in and they said, I need 3 garbage disposals from your warehouse, you could easily do a work order invoice. You could add all the billing details. I can go and see if there was any costs associated with this. I could say service order costs. I have a payroll assigned to this job or to this work order. I also have an accounts payable invoice charged to this work order. So you can charge things to a work order in payroll as well as accounts payable. So there is no way to just simply plop these over here from your costs, but you can utilize this in just viewing it. Say, I know I need to bill the customer at least $7,300 because that's how much money I have into this project. So if I knew that, I could come over here, add my billing amount to $73,1015, and easily be able to bill the customer that information. Although my costs appear on the invoice tab or invoice details are not $7,300, I was able to add my billing amount down here because I know I need to at least make that much. I could also mark it up 10% and then maybe $250 because I want to make sure that I get paid at least that much. So now my invoice is at $8,291.17. It all is interconnected by using a job number. So you can run job cost reporting. You could run service receivable reporting, but this is a great way to pull out of your inventory and keeping track of what items you have in inventory and what are you billing to the client. And then once you are all done with this, you could post it to an invoice, which then you can, receive cash payment or check payment against this invoice. So you're using the system instead of having separate spreadsheets to keep track of what you billed clients. There's also service contracts in here, which is kind of nice if you have a service-based business where you want to have a contract with a customer and then auto bill them every single month for that transaction. For example, if you're servicing a piece of equipment on site, you could set up a service contract, come in here and then post a service contract or have it do it automatically, post a service contract for you, and then you wouldn't have to think about it every month of going out and collecting that $50 or whatever you had for servicing a piece of equipment from a client. Again, it does have a dispatch board, meaning that if you assign employees to a dispatch board, then you have a fully automated dispatch board where you can email the technicians every day and say, this is your route for the day if you had such a situation. Billing information just allows you to add when you build it, the client purchase order, if you had anything like that. Also, sales tax has sales tax districts, so you could add sales tax to it. Here's the routes and contracts, so you can see when the start date is, when the expiration date is, when it needs to bill next, and then the billing cycle. So all of that is in the work orders. And then as you probably already know, as you're selling items for accounts receivable, you're checking them out of inventory. So you're monitoring and maintaining your inventory database all at the same time. So that's kind of work orders in a nutshell. And thank you.